Assalamualaikum, my name is Ahmad Shafiq bin Ahmad Sufyan. I'm from class BA1144C, and today my group and I will be presenting about PRIVASIA Technology Berhad. So a little background on this company. It was converted into a public limited company and subsequently assumed its present name on the 23rd of January 2009. The company was listed on the ACE market of Bursa Securities on the May of 2009. So the company is a leading ICT business process outsourcing player in Malaysia with established clientele including market leaders in logistics, education, finance, manufacturing, and fast-moving consumer goods. It is also an investment holding company with 4 main subsidiaries, which are PRIVASIA Sendirian Berhad, PrivaNet Sendirian Berhad, PRIVASAT Sendirian Berhad, and PrivaTel Sendirian Berhad. Other than that, we also have many investors in our companies, and to name a few, the top ones are Annuotech Sendirian Berhad, Radiant Principal Sendirian Berhad, and Pancatiran Sendirian Berhad. Other than that, we also have many competitors in this market, and to name a few are the Raritan Valley Technology Group, Data Consult, Kovan Group, and also Intercom.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about the comparative performance between KLCI and PRIVASIA. As you can see, for a period of 1 year from 1st of July 2020 to 30 June 2021, KLCI index and PRIVASIA has different major trends. We can say that the KLCI index movement does not follow PRIVASIA. When this company price movement went bearish in October 2020 until November 2020, then went bullish in January 2021 and followed the same trend throughout, whereas PRIVASIA went bearish from July 2020 until May 2021, but then went bullish in June 2021. Other than that, one of the effects this caused is that PRIVASIA is a defensive stock where it can survive in split or of an economic or global crisis. Defensive stock is the stock that retains sustainability and will not be affected by economic problems or crisis.
For PRIVASIA Technology Berhad, main trend. What is main trend? Main trend is the trend that lasts for a long period of time and can last over the year, over 10 years. The blue line indicates supports. It can be called as the main trend line. And next is secondary trend. Secondary trend is the trend which lasts for more than a period of 6 months. In this chart, the rectangle is the one who we can call as secondary trend line. Based on the chart, for a short time, the trend line shows the performance and the price movement in the chart. After that, minor trend, which is the last trend. Minor trend is the trend that usually lasts about hours or days just for a short period of time. In the chart, blue line, trend line is the one we can call as a minor trend line. So far, that's all for me. Thank you.
So, as we all know, in the price patterns, there are 3 types of price patterns, which are the reversal pattern, the continuation pattern, and also the others, which includes the gap, island, inside and outside egg. For the reversal pattern, there was a double bottom. PRIVASIA experiencing a double bottom on the end of October 2020 until the end of November of 2020. So how does this double bottom works? So as you can see from this diagram, you can clearly see that there are 3 tops and double, obviously, bottoms. So usually traders believes that double bottom is a bullish pattern. Why? Because as you can see, after the second bottom was formed, the stock price increasingly rising. So hence it will be a buy signal for the traders. Next is the continuation pattern. So in this continuation patterns, we have identified that PRIVASIA had experiencing a triangle. So by the word triangle, we know that triangle is a shape, right? So how come we know that this shape was formed? So if you look at this diagram, you can see that there are two lines. So these two lines will be forming that triangle. So that's why we call it as triangle. So you can see that the first line is the resistance line and the second line is the ascending support line. For this ascending triangle specifically, will be replicating a bullish pattern. So same for the reversal pattern, which is the double bottom. Ascending triangle also indicates a buy signal for the traders. And last but not least is the other pattern, which is the inside day. So in inside day, we have found out that PRIVASIA has experiencing a tree inside out. So what does tree inside out means? So as you can see, there are three bars, right? So there are first bar, second bar, and third bar. So if you look at the first bar, we call it as the mother bar because the second bar is actually the bar that indicates the inside, the word inside, because if you look the first bar, usually the first bar, which is the mother bar, will be much more bigger than the second bar. So that's why the second bar is like a child. So that is why it's called inside, because the second bar will be the inside, like smaller than the first bar, the mother bar. So after that, you can see that the third bar usually tells that it will be an uptrend movement. Same goes for the tree inside up as for the triangle, the ascending triangle, and also the double bottom. It will also create a bullish pattern. Hence, traders will usually decide to buy when this formation is occurred. That's it for
I'm gonna talk about two things about technical overlay. The first one is the SMA, and the second thing is the double SMA. SMA stands for simple moving average. When the price penetrates above the simple moving average, it means the buy signal. And then when the price is crossed below the simple moving average, it means the sell signal. Okay, based on the PRIVASIA Technology Berhad chart, we can see the price crosses below the simple moving average. It means the sell signal. It appears at the end of October 2020. And then we can see the buy signal is when the price penetrates above the simple moving average at the beginning of November 2020. Okay, the next one is the double simple moving average. It is a crossover rule technique by using two simple moving average, which is the shorter moving average and the longer moving average. According to the PRIVASIA Technology Berhad chart, notice here we can see the golden cross is when the shorter moving average cross above the longer moving average. It initiates the beginning of an uptrend, and then the next signal is the sell signal. It appears at the middle of January 2021. It is when the shorter moving average cross below the longer moving average.
And finally, in a nutshell, we have made a conclusion and some recommendations for future investors and current investors. And for future investors, we highly recommend them to buy in our stocks right now based on our thorough analysis. And for existing investors, we also recommend them to hold on to these stocks. So that is all from us now. Thank you very much.